Hey y'all, it's Emma Crystal, and I'm wanting to talk to you today about services. I've owned businesses for a lot of years, and people think that their clients buy massages or facials or hair appointments, that they buy photography and tax preparation. Nope, those are just vehicles. What people really buy is how you make them feel. They buy relief. They buy confidence. They buy peace. They're buying someone who actually notices them. Let me pause for a second and tell you about my lemon story. I went into Jay's coffee shop the other day and I went to the counter and placed my order. The woman took my order and then she asked if I wanted something to drink. And I told her, yeah, I'd like some water. And then as an afterthought, I said, do you have lemon? She said, let me see. So she gave me a glass of water, but then she walked away. And I thought, well, I'm not sure where she's going. Well, she was only gone for a second and she came back with a whole lemon in her hand. And I'm thinking, she is not about to hand me this whole lemon. She didn't. She said, give me a few minutes. I said, okay. Took my laptop, I went, sat down, opened it up, and started working. And then a couple of minutes later, she came over to the table. In her hands, she had a bowl of lemon, cut up lemon. She had gloves on her hands too. She walked over. Now, when I tell you that lemon was chopped up every kind of way, it wasn't like the prettiest lemon going, but she cut up that lemon. She took one slice from the bowl and it had a little slit in it. So she took the lemon slice, set it on the side of my glass, and then she reached back into the bowl again, took another slice of lemon, dropped it directly into the water, and she said, I want you to get the full flavor. She smiled and then she walked away. I thought, that was such a moment for me because it felt like she cared about how I felt. She wanted me to get the full flavor. And it's not because that lemon was magical or anything, it was just a little tiny slice of lemon. But it made me feel pretty good because someone stopped long enough to think, what's going to make this just a little bit nicer? That lemon told me something. It said, I see you, Emma Crystal. It said, you, ma'am, are not just another transaction. And it said, I just wanted your experience to be a little nicer. So many business owners think customer service is fixing problems. I don't think so. Customer service starts long before anything goes wrong. It starts with intentionality, remembering someone's name, helping them with a coat, fresh flowers, warm towels, a handwritten thank you, following up, remembering they had surgery or that their kid graduated, remembering they hate peppermint. They create moments, emotional moments like money in the bank. Now, I've trained people for years, and one thing I tell them over and over is pay attention. Look around your business. What does the client hear, smell, touch? Is the bathroom clean? Do your email messages sound warm or cold? Is someone smiling or do they feel tension? Does your website answer questions? Do you answer the phone like someone's interrupting your day or welcoming you into it? Attention to detail makes people feel visible. Now, we've all heard that people do business with people they know, like, and trust, right? Trust is not built just because you tell people you're trustworthy. It's built because you keep proving it. Not with blatant stuff, but tiny details, consistency, kindness, preparation, following through, listening. Every interaction is either depositing trust or withdrawing it. Nobody posts on Facebook because your towels were folded correctly, or they leave a Google review because your front desk remembered their name. But those are very often the exact reasons they come back, because people remember how they felt. I've paid attention to detail my whole life. I have my studio that was back at home. You walk in and you get the slippers and the soft music and the fragrance in the air. I carried those traditions forward with me to my business now with Amani Bath Spa. One of my teammates there pays so much attention to detail. Let me tell you, I walked into one of the bathtub rooms one day, and this was soon after she started working there. And I caught my breath because she had taken the time to fold the bonnets that we have for clients to use in the bathtub room into the shape of a heart. And it was so sweet. The towels were laid out and that little heart-shaped bonnet was sitting right on top. And I've learned that growth doesn't come by chasing thousands of clients. It comes from you paying attention to the very clients you already have and making them feel seen, like with a heart-shaped bonnet, or asking how the room temperature is, or giving them a cool cup of water after a service. They just can't wait to tell somebody else about that. That is marketing, not like another ad. So, what did that lemon teach me? Well, I got to tell you, I learned that excellence is not one big thing. It's 1,000 tiny decisions. Every email, every greeting, every follow-up, every smile, every clean corner, every promise you keep, every detail whispers to your client, and every slice of lemon. So the question for you is, what story is your business telling? What story are your details telling? These are the kinds of things we discuss in our school community. Just got started. It's pretty new. Just come on in, though. Those are the places where we get together and talk about how our businesses are growing, things that can help. It's a wonderful place to be. I called it We Rise. But here's the interesting thing. I discovered that there are 11 gajillion school communities with We Rise in the title. So you'll have to touch base with me just to let me know that you want access, and I can send you directly to the group. Meanwhile, remember that we're not only building amazing businesses, we're also building amazingly strong, intelligent, brave, thoughtful business leaders. Thanks, y'all.